Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm so excited you're here with me today. I'm going to paint some sunflowers in a metal watering can. I've got an 8" by 8" wood panel. I've got regular gesso on it. I went to buy clear gesso and the store was out. So this is just regular white gesso. Either works great. The wood panel's 1.5" thick. I've linked some reference photos in the description. So here's some sunflowers in a vase. I kind of like that vase too. You could just paint that one. And then here's the watering can. I'm going to use my primary colors and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Let's jump in. Let's set the table. This is day 2. I worked on, maybe half of the background last night, and I spent maybe an hour and a half mixing colors and blending. I've used this craft brush, which is very similar to a number 4 round from Princeton. I might have one here. I do. There's a number 4 round select from Princeton, very similar. And then I'm also using a 5/8" flat brush. It's from Artist Loft. It came in a pack of, I don't know, a couple brushes from Michael's, if you have a Michael's store near you. For the bigger areas, I used the number 4 round to get in here. And the whole time I'm thinking I've been painting overall looser, just to challenge myself to speed up, instead of doing the same thing over and over again. But I also may have set myself up for a tighter painting by painting these little negative spaces. So we'll see. And I drew a lot of detail in the sunflowers. I think I need maybe another stem. Haven't put it in. I don't think I'll worry about that stem for this sunflower. And then I'm thinking darker over here. I just pretty much put in a black line. I'm debating about whether I want to soften that up, or I think it'll just be fine. Oh, my paint isn't here. It's about the width of a ruler. But this paint's kind of wet, so I don't want to lay it over there. These little T-squares, I got this at Michael's. I think you can get them on Amazon. Super helpful, especially for little paintings. Get things straight. Get this horizon line or the table line straight. So I'm thinking darker over here with a darker line about on the 3rd. And it gets lighter as you go right. Cooler. I'm going to make the tabletop warmer. And I tossed in some purples and some blues for fun. And just, sometimes there's a dry brush over. Sometimes it's wet on wet. And you just keep layering till you like it. That's also why it takes a while. Here, we'll do a little tour so you can see it up close. Maybe that helps. It's fun. It may have been easier to paint the whole background and then get my image on there. Oh, I might want to put a little paint right there. Here. But then I need to remember to paint white underneath the sunflowers if I want them to be bright color. Painting whites under semi-transparent color can really help them be like if you want it out of the tube yellow. Oh, I need to talk about my colors. You can see the box is half full, so it's semi-transparent. Painting white underneath it can help it, but since I've got white whitish gesso underneath there. That's one reason why to maybe paint around. Also, it gives little, just because, that's a warm color. We're gonna see what it does if I kind of glaze it over. I have a lot smaller brush strokes, which can be interesting and a little bit different. You know, so there's not a right or wrong way, but the decisions you make affect your painting, which I think is great. Because, you know, the next time you'll make a couple different decisions and your painting will turn out different because of that and just because it's a different day. Okay, let's talk about, they're all Liquitex. They're all basics, except for this one. This one's Phthalo blue green shade. This one is a primary blue. Mars black, titanium white. Cad yellow medium hue isn't quite a primary yellow. And Quinacridone magenta isn't quite a primary red. And then I mixed a brown that looks a lot like burnt umber. Cooler, I think burnt umber's a little bit on the pink side. Of course, it depends on the brand, depends on what you're mixing with it. And that was a lot of this background. And then I added orange to it, quite a bit of orange to it, and made a bigger pile to warm it up for my tabletop. Okay, I think that's both setting the table and strategy. The one thing nice I think might work well, we'll find out, is when I put the yellow over, it'll be so transparent that I don't know. We'll just, it could be a pain or it could be really kind of fun and we'll get some nice, soft, subtle yellows in there. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Let's chat for a minute. So I'm on my tippy toes looking at the top of my phone. And I like the watering can. When I'm, oh gosh, 8 inches from it, looks a little busy. It's quite loose, and yet I've painted, if you go back in the time lapse in those snippets, you know, I painted it mostly blue-gray. Then I've got some greens in there. I added some yellow to my, this color's Phthalo blue-green shade and quite a bit of Mars black. And I added some yellow to it. My brown, my slightly warmer brown than the burnt umber that we talked about. The shadow's got a little bit of red in it, which is nice. I just let it dry brush. A little bit of purple. I got quite a bit of color. A little bit of purple here. I had some purple in here, but I think I painted over it. I thought maybe we'd just do a tour and well, not a screenshot, but a close-up of the watering can. Now I did the can first because I'm thinking some of the, like this leaf comes over the handle, and I've got some petals that come over the spout. All right, I'll hold it kind of still here. The rust is fun. And it doesn't have to be exact. I'll do a little closer. I wish I could hear you guys because I want to remember to tell you the light source. I had a little more detail in that handle than that's in the reference photo. And really the kind of sloppy, for lack of a better word, doesn't sound very nice. Brush strokes actually kind of help it look old. Old and rusty. Okay, so the light is, well, you can tell by this shadow that the light's coming from over here. But there's also some light coming from the top because it's lighter up here. So maybe if it's one source, it's from over there. I feel like there's two sources. So one there's another sun and one from up here. Well, and also one kind of, so it's lighter on this part of the front, so kind of up over here maybe. Hopefully that's helpful and not confusing. The thing with the sunflowers is they'll grab light, and the petals can be a little bit translucent, so you don't have to think about it quite as much as far as where the light's coming from. Okay. Oh, I should probably say I used this brush a little bit on the can, but then I just kind of came in here with this number 4 round and did most of it with that. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Let's chat for a minute. So I've been debating, this is, oh gosh, at least the next day. I've been working on this painting a couple hours at a time. And it's slow because I'm using a round, basically a number 4 round, even though this is a craft brush. I showed you the Princeton one the last time I popped in, I believe. Because there's a lot of little shapes. So I might paint it light color and then come back and paint it, leave the light on the edge and then paint it darker and then indicate more of those little leaves, the bud opens and all those fingers open up. And I don't know, this might be too yellow, but I think I'll make these petals more brown back here. But I'll have to adjust. And I was debating the point. What's the point, Annie? Really, these yellow petals are behind the green for the most part, not here, but on a lot of these. So I was debating which to do first, yellow or the green, but acrylics are forgiving. The yellow is transparent or semi-transparent. It's cad yellow medium hue. I don't have it sitting right here. This is primary yellow, but you can tell by this box. It's half full on the diagonal. So I might just glaze over all of them, or not glaze, but just paint yellow over them. And then darken them, because I think that'll be easier. It can be harder to brighten a yellow than to darken it. And I'm going to darken it with brown and some orange. If you need to lighten it, you can put white or yellow and white mixed together to lighten it up. So maybe it's not that hard. I think I'm overthinking it, guys. I just wanted to pop in and talk about all the little shapes I'm painting. And then just shifting the value. Here you can kind of see, we'll show these two up close so you can get a look before I put the petals on. And they're not exact, they're not perfect. I do like the yellow glow. And I didn't put too many veins in that leaf or in this one either. Okay, that's pretty much what I want to say, is that I didn't know which to do next, and I don't think it really matters. Okay, hopefully a couple of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. I'm calling it done. I like it. I need to step back from it. I ended up, well, I showed, this little flat brush. It's a craft brush that I was going to use for the sunflowers. And I just went back and used this number 4 round. It actually says 6 from Craftsmart, but it's about the size of a Princeton number 4 round. Just to get in all those petals and different colors and values. Gosh, I don't know how long. This one took me 4 afternoons. So probably about 8 hours. Just to let you know. Sometimes I'll get a comment like they want to see step by step. I can't upload 8 hours of video at this time. Maybe in the future that'll be possible. If you want to grab a screenshot, I'll just leave it in here. I think that's pretty square and it's pretty close. And then we'll do a tour. I did use, it doesn't really show, but I used just a little bit of quinacridone sometimes in my orangey brown puddle that I was mixing. There's a little, like right there. It's not going to show a lot. And I did come back and reinforce some of the darks in the centers where I thought I needed it. Okay. So this flower goes over on the side just a little bit. Otherwise, it's all on the front. Well, the black line goes over, or the black bar goes over onto the top. Okay, get you a closer look here. Use white just to catch a little more light on the petals. Really fun, sort of like a, I don't know if this really relates because I don't do puzzles, but kind of like doing a much more difficult puzzle for a change of pace. Lots more edges and values and shapes. Okay guys, let me know if you give this one a try. Oh, I've got a, I see I haven't hit my, I don't know if it's fresh enough to wash. I've got a little yellow. Okay, so do you see that? I've got a little yellow on the beige. Oop, right there, beige background. I'm gonna see if I can wash it off, but I'm probably gonna need just to paint. I must have did it a while ago and didn't notice. So we'll just mix. Oh, this brown's probably a little cool. It needs to be a little grayer. Oh, that's too light, isn't it? Oop. Oh, I'm trying to just get a little bit of black in there. There. Let's just see. Well, it's a little lighter, but that's going to work. Just kind of put it, scribble it on in a couple of places and it'll look like it belongs. It's a little warmer, but I don't think that's a problem. Okay, little tip at the end. I super appreciate your support. I could not. I am just so grateful to be a full-time artist, and I could not do it without you. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye guys.